Hi, this is Renee with Fraley Farm Mini Homestead. I want to teach you guys how to make Renee's deviled eggs. First, you're going to start by placing eggs in the bottom of your pot. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Fill the pot with water until it is about 1/4 inch above the level of the eggs. We're going to place this on high heat, cover, and bring this to a hard boil. Once this reaches a hard boil, you're going to turn the burner off, but leave the eggs on the burner and leave them covered. You will leave them for 25 minutes, and then we'll be back. Once your eggs reach a hard rolling boil, turn the burner off, but leave the eggs in place with the top on for 25 minutes. Now these eggs are finished boiling. I'm going to go ahead and drain the water off. I'm going to rinse these with cold water, and then immediately I will drain it off again. I don't keep the water on these eggs. That's enough. Move this over here and I'm going to show you guys how to crack your eggs good. Alright, so to crack your eggs, take your egg and you're just going to crack it across the center. Real gentle. Okay, and kind of mush it together. Mush it together. And then this will start to peel. And there you go. Let's peel your egg out. Okay, I'm going to rinse this off, and then I'll set these eggshells to the side so that way I can keep these and dry them just like I showed you in the other video. There you go. All right, let's do another one. So like I say, well, this one's already cracked, but I'm still going to crack across the center of the egg. Make sure that you get down into the membrane, and this feels a little bit dry, this egg does. So I'm going to wet this with some cold water. There we go. Now to slide the rest of the way off. I don't like to crack the whole entire egg. I just crack just right across the center. You want to get that membrane. Once you get that membrane popped open, you're good. You don't want to traumatize your egg too much because otherwise it will tear up. And I'm going to rinse this egg off too. All right. Let me finish all of these and I'll be back for the next step. We're going to go ahead and cut these eggs in half. And then gently, we're going to go ahead and separate the yolk from the whites. So that way we can go ahead and make the delicious filling to put inside these deviled eggs. The next step after this, I'm going to take some Duke's mayonnaise, as you see that in the background, a little bit of sweet relish, and some sugar. And that will be what I put into this delicious creamy filling. You can add as much of whatever you want to go in your eggs. I like my eggs a little bit sweet, but I don't want them so sweet that we're in a diabetic coma. But we do want it to be delicious. And I'll come back when we get to that point. All right, so I've got my egg yolks and I've got some mayonnaise, some sugar, and my relish in here. I can't tell you how much to put in here because it depends on how you want it to taste. So that's up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. And then I've got some spoons over here to the side so I can taste test. Especially if I'm cooking for other people, I am not going to double dip. Because if you do, you are straight nasty. Because you don't want to be mixing germs. You want to make sure that you keep everything nice and clean. Okay? Here we go. As you're beating this up, you can see that when you need to add more, okay? So this looks awful dry, so I'm probably going to add a little bit more mayonnaise. If you want to, you could also add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of milk, but I would wait until this is completely done before you consider doing something like that in case it gets too wet. Yeah, so this looks awful dry. I want it to be creamy. So I'm going to add more mayonnaise. I'll be back with the finished product. All right, so I finally finished beating this. This is nice and creamy, and we're going to stuff our eggs, but I'm going to wait till I reach my destination because we have to travel. I'll show you guys the finished product. So now I have the shells on a cradle here, and I'm going to fill some of these with some of the filling. And you'll fill each one of these until you're done, and I'll show you guys the finished product.